This is the Gen X Taste Podcast. I am Lynn Chen.
I'm Christy Myers, and welcome to our seasonal show about nostalgia and novelty, an exploration of embracing the evolution.
Summer 2026. We did it. We're
Here
doing
we
it.
are.
Here we are. We're actually recording this in July. However, you will be listening to this probably in August because so much shit is happening. Christy, why don't you start?
Okay, well, I just have to do a catch up. I have to say that my kids and I just got back from a vacation in Greece, and I did the self-tanner that you sent me.
So Salty Face is this company that does self-tanners that are supposed to be really, really super easy to use. And when they sent it to me and I looked at it, I was like, I can't do this. First of all, there's two reasons I can't do it. Number one, I'm pretty tan, naturally. And number two, when it came, I had just gone in for an audition that morning. And I was like, if I do this and I get a call back and I'm tanner, they might not want me tanner. And you were about to go on vacation. And I was like, Christy, you need the tanner. And you're always saying how pale you are. You know, I don't think pale. I'm not throwing you under the bus or anything because you're always saying how pale you are.
Yes.
And I was like, white girls like to tan before vacation. So I got that salty water. What is it called? Salty Face.
It's called Salty Face. Salty Face.
Salty Face. I got that Salty Face over to your salty home.
That's right.
And so tell us.
Okay.
Tell us what happened. So you look pretty tan. You are not pale.
Okay. So here's the thing. So full disclosure, I went and got a spray tan right before I left because I was like, what if I mess all this up and I'm going to be in bathing suits and stuff? And the reason I need to do this is because I look like a beacon of pale light when I am in pictures. And I was like, I just want to feel like I can, not worry about how pale I am all the time. And also because when I go, I use 50 to 70 sunscreen. I'm not going to mess around. I'm not getting skin cancer. So it's not like I'm going to get tanner while I'm there. I'm just going to get red and I don't want to get burned because that looks even worse in pictures. So I was like, this will be perfect. So I did a spray tan, but I was going to be gone for long enough that I knew the spray tan was going to wear off. So I brought the Salty Face with me to use then. And it was great because it was light enough that as it started to fade, I was able to kind of keep it going for longer. It wasn't as dark as the self-tanner spray was that I did at the beginning, but that's okay because it was a little too dark for me anyway.
And also we had ordered, or I had ordered the light version of the Salty Face.
Yes.
Knowing that I did not want to get too dark. So that was part of it.
And I don't think it would either. I think it's what I like about it. So, okay. So finishing that. So I used it.
Tell me the steps. What did you have to do?
Okay, so it's not hard. So if you've ever used self-tanner before, it'll be fairly easy. It comes, the body one comes in a foam. And I know you're supposed to exfoliate first, but when I had the spray tan, I didn't want to exfoliate because I didn't want it all to come off. So I didn't exfoliate before I used it the first time while I was on vacation. I just used it to kind of fill in the gaps and where my legs started to get lighter than the rest of my body, where it started to wear off because of the salt water and things. I used that and it just kept it nice and even. And because it's a foam, you can use it in a specific area. So creams, I feel like the creams that I've used before get heavy and kind of streaky. The foam was not streaky, which was great. And it also wasn't, I didn't feel like it was so much color that the areas that I missed were super obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to try it before our podcast today to see what it looked like just on plain skin. So my tan was already gone from Greece. I did a full exfoliation and then I put it on. And this is, I'm wearing a top that has no strap. So this is what it looks like.
Tan, girl.
I know.
You did it on the face too?
So I did it on the face. I did a couple of sprays, and the spray on the face is nice. It's just, I did all of my cleaning and then I sprayed it on my face. And then I used the brush, like it comes with this really soft brush to just kind of brush it up and outwards towards the hairline. I feel like it gave a nice little glow, but it wasn't a lot. And it wears off the face so fast because I'm still using my vitamin C and all the other things that I use.
Right.
So I feel like it's not dark on the face, but what I like about it is that it's not such a huge difference between my face and my skin that it looks unnatural. It looks like I wear sunscreen on my face, so my face is a little bit lighter, but the rest of my body is just like a nice little glow. It doesn't smell. It smelled after I first put it on, like until you do your first shower. And then it doesn't smell like that awful self tanner. And I haven't really I found one spot there that I missed, but you can't really see it.
No. Also, did you have any rubbing off on your sheets or anything like that?
No.
That's great.
But I did do it. So what I did was I exfoliated. I took I had like a shower in like the afternoon, evening, and did the full exfoliation, did a lotion. And then the next day after I worked out, I just rinsed off and then I put it on. And so this time I used a mitt. And which I had from another self tanner and I had just kept and washed and everything. And it was easy with the mitt. And I feel like doing it with a mitt will make it so that you really don't miss any areas that you might miss when you do it with a foam. So I've used it both ways. Both ways work. I feel like the mitt is more even and a little bit lighter.
Well, I have to say, you look tan as can be. I thought this was grease still hanging out.
Thank you. That's what I want
on your
people
skin.
to think.
Yeah.
I know.
Just keep
It's nice.
Keep riding that salty train all the way.
It's good.
The end of the summer.
I enjoy it. It doesn't it's not hard to use. The smell is good. Other self tanners smell, and also the color. What I hate about self tanners is that kind of orangey color.
Yeah,
I don't feel like this is orange.
No.
Yeah.
Well, great. I'm glad that worked out. Now tell me about your trip.
It's hot in Europe, guys. It's hot. It's hot in Europe.
Especially right now. I guess it's the whole continent.
I think the whole thing is hot. Somehow in Europe, it feels like there's no shade. I don't know how that's possible, but it doesn't feel like there's any shade. Athens was really incredible. The Acropolis was incredible. But it's a city. It's like it's going to visit a city in the middle of the summer. I'm sure there's other times going to visit it that are really remarkable. It is a beautiful city in terms of it's all cobblestones and it's built on hills. So you're walking up and down the hills all the time. Oh, I heard this really great fact that I didn't know. So because, Greek mythology and the gods, and that's kind of their history, there's no handrails anywhere. So even though you're walking up and down hills, there's no handrails.
Because God's supposed to help?
No, that's a good one.
What? You just have faith?
Call on the gods. No, because aesthetically, it doesn't look good. And the way that they build in their architecture, they're trying to make things look good because it pleases the gods.
They did the same thing at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, really? You're pleasing the gods at the Grand Canyon.
Pleasing the gods. No, I just remember when we were at the Grand Canyon, maybe at the top they had handrails for some reason. Well, I guess
hope so.
But when you're going down and you're on a mule, some people, not I, there's nothing. And I was like, this is death. This was a long time. I got engaged there. So this is more than 2 decades ago. Maybe they have handrails now, but I remember that. And I don't think it's because it wasn't aesthetically pleasing. I think they're like, this canyon's so grand. We're not going to handrail this whole situation. But that's interesting that they never updated that and that nobody in all these centuries has fallen.
Remarkable too, because a lot of it is cobblestones. It's or bricks on the ground. And then we went to Mykonos, and the water is just, I don't understand how it's that color. It's beautiful and it's clear and it's like a deep blue. And then when you get towards the shore, it's like a turquoise color. It's really remarkable. Very salty.
How did it feel?
It was crisp. It was not cold like the Pacific. But it was crisp. It was like, it took you a second to work your way in, but then it wasn't unpleasant. But because there's so much salt, it was so easy to be in. Like, it's just, you float and you swim very easily. It does sting your eyes, but you get used to it. And but it was, and it was kind of addicting. Like, at first I was like, oh, this is cold and kind of salty. And then by the end I was like, I feel like I have to get in the ocean today. I have to do it. Yeah, it was great.
Now, you and I both have lived in Astoria, Queens, which has a very large Greek population.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, A, how did it compare? And B, tell me about the food, specifically spanakopita.
Yes. Okay. Great question. Okay. So the food was, how do I describe it? It was, it felt kind of effortless for me. It was naturally a lot of vegetables in the meals, right? Naturally, like good proteins. If you're, a lot of fish. If you don't eat fish, that is a thing there. I had the best grilled squid I've ever had in this little restaurant by a beach. And like what you would expect, like, Greek salads and things like that. There isn't a lot. It doesn't feel heavy. Like, the actual meals don't feel heavy, I think, because of the types of fats that they use. Like, the oils are very kind of, it's olive oil mostly, which feels like a very clean fat. And the cheese is like more of like the feta cheese and those types of things.
Halloumi?
So it was excellent. What?
Did they have halloumi?
They did.
I love halloumi.
I love halloumi. I know.
So yummy.
It's so yummy and so salty and so yummy. Yes. And so we had, but then we went to a bakery on Mykonos, and that's where we got the spanakopita, and we got a couple other little like cheese pies, which they have feta cheese, or just kind of more of a mild cheese, kind of like a mozzarella, but not a mozzarella. And it was delicious. It's very, I think it would also be delicious here if you go to a bakery where they bake it fresh.
I will say that in Los Angeles, I have not felt that way. I mean, I haven't eaten Greek food in a really long time because of my eating, because of my celiac.
Right.
My history with spanakopita ended in Astoria.
Yeah.
That said, but when I came to LA, the first week I was up the street from 2 Greek restaurants that have since closed, and I was like, you guys, this is not okay.
It's not okay.
I think you need certain types of bakers. It's the baker.
Yeah. I do hear that there's a great place out here in the valley, so I'll have to try it and tell you about that.
Yeah, you can report back for me.
I'll report back. I think the main difference for me in terms of here and there is the freshness of the vegetables. Like, I feel like, particularly the tomatoes, which, if you get a bad tomato, it's like mealy and gross. Yeah. These, I don't know how, like every Greek salad I had there, the tomatoes were perfect. And the amount of dressing.
Yeah, not too much, not too little. Yeah. Wow.
There, it was just perfect. And here, I feel like sometimes when you get a Greek salad, it's drenched.
Too much. Way too much. Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. And just being, my friend who is Greek and who grew up in Athens and Mykonos said that the Greeks take their summers very seriously. So particularly in Athens, everybody leaves and goes to the water somehow, like either to one of the islands or up the coast of Athens. And there is definitely that feeling of like relaxation, and people aren't really out during the day. They're kind of out in the evenings or, earlier in the day, unless you're laying at the beach.
That is something I feel like the Europeans know how to do.
Yeah.
Could all learn a thing or two.
I agree.
The Europeans.
It did feel very much like it didn't it didn't feel like the hustle and bustle that is still here in the summers. It did feel like the pace was, and again, I haven't been there in the fall, so I don't know, but there was a general sense of like just a little more ease.
Mm-hmm.
Could also
Nice.
be the heat, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. Yeah. So that was, what about you? Tell me about how you've been.
I have been very good. Sorry, there's a garbage truck just rolling down the street right now. I've been good. By the time you're listening to this, it will have been announced that my children's book is being released. I believe, if timing is right, the Kickstarter may still be going on, but you'll be able to pre-order and order my book despite the Kickstarter. I've been working on this for over a year with Slanted Press. This is their first book that they're putting out, and my first book, and certainly my first children's book. It is called Soup Dumplings, Don't Eat Cheese. And certainly not halloumi or feta. And it's about a little soup dumpling who has body issues and mommy issues. It's very, very loosely based on my old body image blog that I had called Thick Dumpling Skin that I co-founded with Lisa Lee. And I'm just really excited for it to finally be out in the world. However, life being what it is, it's coming out. This Kickstarter's happening same exact time that I am shooting the lead in an indie project in Philadelphia. So it's a little bit, like Kickstarter in and of itself is a job because you're like promoting every day and creating content for it every single day, pretty much. I mean, they're Slanted's doing that. I just have to press a button and repost, but I have to get them some of the stuff now and prep like what I'm going to write and what I'm going to say. Yeah. So it's been very, very busy. Not only prepping for the travel, but also prepping for the actual shoot. Like I also have lines to memorize and also, for this children's book and like the thinking ahead, like 10 steps. Cause when it comes out in the fall, I will have also more work to be doing for that. So there's all that. Plus, I'm looking for like an actual job. So there's just a lot of life happening. And so I feel a little bit overwhelmed isn't the right word. I just feel, and you and I'm not going to act like you and I haven't been talking every single day. Yeah, every single day for like the last few months. So you already know this. But as I said to you last night on the phone, I'm feeling quite robotic. Like where I feel like I'm just like checking things off the list. And usually that's where I thrive. Like that's my happy place usually. But when you're doing it all day, like usually it's like I'm done, like at noon, I'm like morning checklist done. And then I like sort of do what I'm going to do for the day. But now it's just like check, just like all day long. And then I look at my watch and I'm like, I need to eat. I need to, like eat, that sort of thing. And on the one hand, it's really nice to be in flow. I really like that flow state. But then again, on the other hand, it's just it's a bit too much. Like I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. So that's why it's been feeling like this robotic thing of like my body is like must rest, must close eyes, must do other things to offload because this is like becoming too much. So you are talking to me now, having rested. I did take I took a new gummy last night. I was so bummed because I had finally found a CBD gummy that worked. And it's called Cured Nutrition, and they actually make terrific focus gummies too, which I have been taking during the day. But they don't ship as of July 1st to California anymore. I think there's some like law about full spectrum CBDs being unable to be shipped. I don't know what it is, but basically, yeah, I can't ship my CBD gummy. I would have to go to a actual dispensary.
And get
I don't
one.
think, yeah, I don't think it's this brand either. It's this brand specifically that has worked so well for me. So I was very like bummed because I definitely like a gummy, and
Where's the brand located? Like, where are they shipping from?
I don't know, but I'm assuming not in California, or else there would be.
I wonder if you know someone who's in that state or is in a state they ship to that could just ship it on to you.
Here's the thing. I am about to go to Philadelphia, as you know.
Yes.
I could have them ship it there because I did see that they do ship there. So, but here's the thing. So I used to take a lot of melatonin gummies back in the day.
Yeah.
And I got into some trouble where I could not, I basically could not function without my melatonin. And even though melatonin's not supposed to be quote unquote habit forming, we all know that if you take it every single day,
absolutely.
it is.
Yeah.
So there's a reason it says like, do not do this over a week. And I was like months and months of just taking my melatonin. So I wanted to find a melatonin free gummy. So so what did I do? I typed in on Target melatonin free gummy just to see what would happen. And sure enough, the Target brand 40% off. I was like, well, I'd be dumb not to do this. Ordered it. Had 2 delicious little blueberry gummies last night.
And
7 hours.
Really?
7 hours of sleep. Now, I know some of you, like, maybe that's not enough. That used to be me too, okay? Back in the day before perimenopause, I used to be like, oh, minimum 8, 9, 10. But now that I'm averaging 5 to 6, 7 is
feels
like
luxurious.
Wow. Like when I woke up this morning and I pulled off that eye mask and I saw that it was like 6 a.m., I was so happy that it wasn't 4.
Yeah.
And that it was
try to make it back to bed.
The sun was coming up. I could like go about and start the day. And so I've been in such a better mood today, feeling less robotic.
Good.
I'm still checking. And you know, this is another check on my checklist. I feel like I don't know. I feel a lot better today about it. I feel like I'm moving and grooving. I'm dancing. I'm the robotic dancer. This is the robotic dancer.
I would like to see that later. We could probably post that.
Yeah.
I think also I was thinking about this last night after we were talking is like, it's also, you're wearing so many different hats at this moment. So you're switching back and forth in a way that's like different than just flowing on one project, then taking a break, then flowing a little more. Like it's when you have to, it's almost like different parts of your brain, even though it's not, that you're using to work on all these different projects. You're memorizing and you're also creating content and you're also, you know what I mean? All these, and you're also researching and searching for jobs and submitting. Like they're very different ways of working that are draining in their own right.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I'm talking to you, I'm talking to Abe on the phone, I'm talking to family members. That's a whole other brain I have to use. And then I'm talking to my dog, and that's a whole other brain.
And walking your dog.
And walking my dog.
Yeah.
Being present with my dog as much as I can be. So because he doesn't like a robotic walker either. So we'll move on since we have half an hour before we have to hop on off. So yeah, this season is your turn. You're the one who chooses.
Okay, great. I have a good one because this is one that has been coming up in my house a lot, and I'm going to give you the real scoop about what I did, but I won't. Okay, let me just say it. I want to know, when you were in middle school and high school, what did you eat while you were at school? Did you eat what was packed in your lunchbox? Did you eat from the cafeteria? Did you buy things? Like what did you eat? Because this is I have a teenager and he's in middle school, but previous to this, right? he refused to eat the school lunches. He just wasn't interested in eating, like, he didn't like the like surprise, this is what we're having for lunch, the like, what if I don't like it, the all that kind of stuff. He just wanted it packed from home. So we would pack lunch, which was usually leftovers from the night before, and then 2 snacks because he was always very hungry, right? So lots of options here. So it takes a while, but I was, used to it. And so we went into middle school and I'm doing the same thing. But this year has been a lot of like, open up the lunchbox, everything's still there. Right? What did you eat today?
Piss me off so bad, Christy.
It's so horrible. But you have to try
that checklist got ignored.
Especially when you get up early to do it, or when you like make a point, like because you have to wash all that.
This is why it's so good that Miles doesn't go to school.
Like that you don't have to take him to doggy.
Make a little doggy. Make him a little doggy lunchbox. Also, he eats everything. Okay.
So yeah, and so I was thinking back to what I honestly did. What I tell my son I did is different. So if he listens to this,
every single thing, every morsel, every crumb,
appreciated everything that I made for myself and put in the lunch.
Well, what's funny, Christy?
What?
Is this is actually a storyline in my children's book, Soup Dumplings Don't Eat Cheese.
Is it really?
And you will have to read it yourself. It's not that long. It's for ages 4 to 8 to find out what I'm talking about. But I haven't. Oh my God, I'm very excited to answer this for a number of reasons.
Okay.
Number one, because I feel like one of the highlights of my life was when I started going to junior high, because it was like my first step into what I looked at as independence,
right?
And so that involved like eating in the school cafeteria. And making choices for myself of what I was going to eat. And basically what I remember, well, number one, also, my school was kind of famous in the 80s. It was in a movie called 7 Minutes in Heaven. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
Starring Jennifer Connelly. Is that her name? Jennifer Connelly?
Yeah.
Very famous actress.
Yes, very famous actress.
Rocketeer.
There's a lot of
Academy Award nominees.
Yes,
Top Gun, etc.
Oh, right, her.
Yeah, that's her name, right? Jennifer Connelly.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starring Jennifer Connelly. 7 Minutes in Heaven. There's a cafeteria scene, and why they chose Cresskill, New Jersey, of all places to film this, I have no idea. It's not even like it's a big cafeteria. It is a pretty tiny cafeteria, in fact, compared like in the grand scheme of things, because it's a pretty small high school. So I have no idea, but it was in 7 Minutes.
Somehow the producers or somebody known.
They were like, they're in New York. Bergen County's not that far away.
Yeah,
we'll just hop, skip, and a jump over to Cresskill. We'll shoot this cafeteria scene. Okay. By the way, this is all in my memory. What if I look this up and it wasn't even my high school?
I do feel like we have to look it up and see if we can find it out.
I have not thought of this since junior high school, but the anticipation of going to that cafeteria from the movies,
right,
that were about teenagers kissing,
right,
and maybe doing more, was like unbelievably exciting to me.
You're like, my life has started.
Like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
I'm off.
I'm in the big time now,
and I'm off to the races here. So I show up, and by the way, like, my parents couldn't be more different than any parents then and now when it comes to keeping an eye on your nutrition or what you're eating. Like, they were just like, good luck. I mean, I feel like that's a very Gen X latchkey kind of thing.
Yes.
Like, here's your, if it was $2, here's your $2, figure it out. Right. They weren't like, make sure you drink a milk, make sure you get a protein, make sure you have a vegetable. There was none of that. There was just like, here you go, figure it out.
Right.
So Christy, I figured it out. Here's what I figured out.
What did you use that $2
Very
for?
quickly. So first in junior high, when I first went, this was when, like, I was so used to eating Chinese food all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, when my mom packed me lunch, she packed me sandwiches. She didn't do, I didn't have the experience of like a lot of like, Asian Americans that you hear where they go to school, they open their lunch and everyone's like, ew, that didn't happen to me because she was packing me sandwiches. It wasn't bologna.
What was
it? Turkey sometimes. It was usually, roast beef.
Oh,
Like
okay.
a very adult kind of deli meat, you know?
Okay. Yes.
Like roast beef. And I was just like, I'm going to scarf this down because nobody can see. Nobody needs to know that this bread is brown.
Right.
And that this meat is higher quality.
It's also brown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
As far as they know, this is bologna and cheese, just like that.
Right. Yes.
So, so it wasn't that. And, you know, I still got like my Fritos and my other stuff. So it wasn't like I was eating weird stuff. However, I like hot food. When it came to hot food, I was not eating. I'd never had a taco before. I had never had like I had spaghetti, but I hadn't had like and meatballs. I had like my parents weren't going to make meatballs. They were just going to mince up that marinara and like pour it into it and like mince it. Like they're not sculpting, you know?
Yeah.
They're not doing that.
Sculpting and baking. Yeah.
Sculpting and baking. That wasn't happening. So when I went to school and I saw things like tacos on the menu, like spaghetti and meatballs, I was just like, oh wow, this is so exciting. And I remember like I was so excited. I would get the menu. I would like plan out what I was going to eat. I was so excited, you know, like, and also junior high is before like there's too many clicks. Like people are still open to the possibility. Right. So I was
question. Was it many options per day?
No, it was
just
like two
one
options
option
per day, one or two options a day. There was a salad bar, there were snacks.
Oh,
and then like, so there was
good.
Two hot lunches, a salad bar, a bunch of snacks, and something I'll get into in a second. And so I was basically like every day having a hot lunch, eating with everyone else, feeling pretty good. And then, you know, what happens to all junior high kids, especially the girls, is that people started developing body image issues and also things about like, ew, you're going to eat that? Or like, ugh, like what kind of meat are they using? Like that kind of thing. And like, if you are eating that taco meat, you are disgusting. Like that started to seep into my psyche starting like more in 8th and 9th grade. Right. And that's when I started to realize like, oh, not only do I not want to be disgusting, right? But also I need money. Like I want, my parents wouldn't give me, they wouldn't give me money to do things or to buy like bake sales or anything frivolous like that. So, or like after school to go to like the Wawas to go buy like a, to go buy like a Slurpee or something like that. They wouldn't give me money for that. So if I wanted that money, I was going to have to save money. So what I did alongside the salad bar, the hot food, was also every single day, without a doubt, a packaged plain bagel with cream cheese. And I still remember it. It was a sad freaking bagel. Although I will say that
wrapped in saran wrap, right?
Wrapped in saran wrap, a huge hunk.
Yes,
of
just
like industrial
cream
slice.
Cheese.
Yeah, industrial cream cheese, right? In the middle. And you had to, with all your might, with that, I still remember what it feels like to take that plastic knife and spread it. And some days, you know, if it was hot like today, we were lucky. I could, that would just spread like butter.
In the winter, forget it.
In the winter. And okay, so this bagel, I feel like cost 75 cents, right?
Yeah.
And I would not get the milk, which was a little more expensive and let's face it, not as delicious. I mean, I used to have the chocolate milk, but then I realized that the orange drink, not the orange juice, the orange drink.
Yes.
The orange
also
drink,
in a carton, right?
Yes, also in a carton, was cheaper. So I had pretty much every single day a bagel with the cream cheese with the orange drink, and then I could save the $1.
Wow.
Now,
what did you do with that at the end of the week?
Well, when I was younger, I would go to the Wawas and I would buy an entire box of Entenmann's cookies and I would eat the entire thing before I got home. Or I would buy something from a bake sale, or I
Right.
would go to the Hello Kitty store and buy myself some erasers that smelled nice. That's what
Right.
I did when I was younger. And then as I got older, I would save it for like money for the movies, money for
Oh,
the
yeah.
diner, that sort of thing to go out with my friends.
Okay.
And I would, like you say, $5 every
Yeah.
single week. You
Yeah.
got like $20 at the end of the
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to snuff at back then. So I that's pretty much like what I ate. But they also had like somewhere like in high school, they started making also industrial sized chocolate chip cookies, where it
Yes.
was like a giant chocolate chip cookie.
Yes.
And sometimes they would bake it full and sometimes they wouldn't.
Yes.
And that was like heaven. It would
Yeah.
like seep through the paper plate. You could just see the grease, and sometimes that would be my lunch.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
if I looked over at the chocolate chip cookies and I saw that like it had been perfectly baked, not too gooey, not
Yeah.
too firm, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that will be my lunch today.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, I never had it with milk still. I still had it with that fucking orange drink. By the way, have not touched anything orange. I hate anything orange now to this day. I don't like a orange Julius. I don't like a orange crush. I don't like any of that fake orange
Of
stuff
course
anymore.
not.
Because
You literally had it every day for years.
completely OD'd on it. But bagels, I would totally go for if I could.
But not with a hunk of cream cheese.
Not the hunk, but a little bit of cream cheese. It's still.
Well, yeah.
But you know what? It's true. To this day, when I have a bagel, I don't want, like, when they smear it on, I'm like, oh, I get so angry. I'm like,
And
what do you
take half
think
of
I
it all.
am in
Yeah.
7th grade? So anyway, that is
I can have it the way I want it now.
that was definitely my junior high to high school experience. And by the way, completely changed in college, but that can be a whole other
Oh, yeah, we have
episode
to
of
talk
something
about
like that,
food
what
in college.
was like. But that was
Yeah.
that moment for me. And
Yeah.
I remember it fondly, Christy. I remember it fondly. And I also, you know what? Now, even looking back, I also look back at that taco fondly. Even that mystery meat, that weird mystery meat, that oversalted, overspiced, greasy taco
Yeah.
was delicious. The first time that hit my lips, I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Absolutely. Because it's made to appeal to a wide variety of people.
That's right.
So it is always tasty. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is good. I have some similarities in there and some differences. So
I can't believe you had the same exact bagel and cookie situation.
Oh, yeah. Only
Wow.
we got 2 cookies.
What?
I
You
know.
had 2?
2.
2 giant?
2 giant cookies.
Oh,
I know. So that's and that is part of my story.
Yes.
That's a big part of my story. So in middle school, elementary and middle school, we packed lunch. It was like my mom was like, I'm not going to spend money for both of you to eat lunch at school when we can just make food at home. So it was like kind of always the same thing. It was some sort of sandwich. Bologna was one of them, right? Bologna was a big one. Sometimes
white bread?
turkey. No.
Okay.
Always
Wow.
wheat bread.
Okay.
We did not buy white bread at my house.
Okay.
There was no
Okay.
white bread in my world.
Okay.
I didn't really realize how delicious white bread was until I was much older. I didn't, I had no idea. And always wheat bread with the crust on, because my mom was like, take your own crust off. This is not, I'm not a full service kitchen here. And typically we made our lunches like from very young, but because it was always a sandwich, some sort of sandwich. If there was leftover meatloaf, it was meatloaf sandwich. Have you ever had meatloaf sandwich?
I love meatloaf.
Just like hunks of meatloaf with ketchup everywhere.
I've never had it in sandwich form though. That sounds delicious.
It's not hard. Just put it between 2 pieces of bread. That's it. Smother some ketchup on it. You're good.
Yum.
That's a meatloaf sandwich. That's it. A little not as good cold the next day. I'm going to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
They really make it sound great in books.
Yeah, they do, but it is the fat that's in it like hardens and kind of gets that sticky stuff that sticks to your teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gross.
So that's gross. Yeah. So always a sandwich, always carrots or celery, some sort of vegetable, right? Always a fruit, usually grapes, sometimes cut up apples, right? And then one item that you could either choose cookies or chips, right? Like the small bags of chips or like a couple of cookies. That was it. And then mom would give us 35 cents every day for milk. Right. And with the instruction that it needed to be white milk and not chocolate milk. It was not always white milk. It was sometimes chocolate milk. I followed it during elementary and most of and middle school too. We really didn't have our cafeteria was not like your middle school cafeteria. It was just the hot lunch. That was it.
Okay.
And milk, like chocolate or white milk. That was it. Those are our options. High school is when you had more options. And it was kind of like there was one hot option, one like salad bar is a nice way to put what was there, but it was like something like that. Or
I will say the same thing as well for our
like
salad
some
bar
iceberg
too, by the way.
lettuce, a couple of hunks of tomato, like that kind of thing. And then like you could get one of the bagels, the aforementioned bagels, or cookies. And I think that there was an ice cream, like one of those ice cream freezers where you could get like an ice cream sandwich or something like that.
Yeah, we had that too. That's too expensive.
It's too expensive. I didn't have that money. So we took our lunches all throughout. But what I started doing in high school, which I thought was really sneaky, is I did not get the milk. I never drank the milk.
35 cents.
35 cents I pocketed every day. And at the
she
end
gave
of the
you
week,
a quarter and a dime or 2 nickels?
She gave me, yes, it was a quarter and a dime, yes. Typically, sometimes 2 nickels, sometimes
3 dimes, 5 pennies.
There were all different ways of getting it.
These are things that kids don't have today, by the way.
They really don't.
Venmo generation.
And I saved it. And at the end of the week, I didn't eat my sack lunch. I threw my sack lunch away.
You threw it away?
Threw it away because I couldn't bring it home.
Right.
I couldn't leave it in the fridge.
Wow.
So I threw it away and I ate 2 cookies.
Wow. And so really your kids are respecting the food by not throwing it away and bringing it home. Like that's actually very respectful.
There's no way that I think it's good because they're not trying to lie to me about it.
Right.
But I'm also like, well, I can't really save any of this at this point because there's protein in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't have, if we had bake sales and things like that, typically I would use babysitting money if I had it. But those cookies were delightful. And yeah, I looked forward to Fridays every week. If they didn't have
when it was on Friday,
it was I did mine on Fridays. They had cookies every day, but I couldn't afford them every day. I had to save up till the end of the week.
Save up.
And so on Friday,
you were like 25, 50, 70.
How much is that again? $1.25. And but you had to get there early. You could not delay because if you got in the line late, all the cookies were gone.
Oh my God. Now
so can you imagine waiting an
entire
week?
Yeah, no.
To do this? You've already thrown away your lunch.
I don't remember them being that popular. Or maybe they anticipated.
Very popular.
They were like, these are money makers.
We got to make sure we got it. Went through the line, got their hot lunch, and was like, "I'll take some cookies," and did some cookies as well. And just like, so if you were in the back, you had to be like first. You had to get there. You had to try to convince your teacher to let you out a couple minutes early and book it.
I just had a vision of why else high school cafeteria lunches were so important to me.
Why?
Because in The Karate Kid, that is how he and Allie with an I, how they bond. He buys her freaking lunch.
He buys her the whole lunch.
He buys her lunch.
He's the lunch lady is like, that'll be $1. And he's like, no, and hers too.
For both of them. Oh my God. He says, have some pie. I made it myself. And she goes, really? I mean,
Pie too. It's not just lunch, it's dessert.
It's just romance.
It
romance.
is.
Did
And we all
ever
knew
buy-
what
Did
it
anyone
was.
ever
Now
buy you
kids,
lunch?
no one ever bought me lunch.
No
I
one
don't
ever
know.
bought me
Maybe.
lunch. Did anyone
Maybe
buy
somebody
anyone
bought me
lunch?
cookies sometime. Maybe
Yeah,
somebody shared theirs.
I guess I could see a situation where my best friend would give me her cookie or buy me a cookie.
Or like get a package
something like
because
that.
she had extra money and like share
Yeah.
it or like
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Or
We
like I'm
definitely
leaving
did
school
that.
early or something like that. God,
Yeah.
kids are so generous.
Kids are so generous. You know, the
Because it's
one
not
lunch
their
that
money.
the one lunch I always wanted to get was, which just makes me laugh now because of how bad it was, is that square pizza. Did you have the square pizza?
Yes. Yes, I had that square pizza not only at high school, but also at the summer pool.
It's
delicious.
horrible.
No, delicious. What are you talking about?
They're so, I wanted it so bad. I think if we ate it, we need that again. You couldn't eat it now.
Elio's pizza. Kind of.
It
delicious.
No, stop it. It was not, it was like eating like a soggy cracker with like some tangy.
Oh no, ours was burnt.
Yours was burnt?
Yeah, burnt with burnt cheese.
No, you had better square pizza than me. You did not. This was like not real. This was like a soggy cracker.
That's because all of Cresskill is Italian American.
Oh, well then that's why.
I knew what to do with that pizza.
There's no pizza sauce on this. This was red sauce, like your orange drink. Like this was red sauce. I can't even call it.
Yes, it was like
sauce.
sugar and canned
puree, and then not enough cheese. But I always wanted it. I was like, this is the lunch to have.
Our pizza was great, according to me.
So jealous.
Whose version of pizza that I could have at home was an English muffin with ketchup and American cheese on top. Okay, so this is why the Cresskill High School pizza was so freaking delicious to me.
Oh yeah, and now I can see that ketchup.
Oh my god, I would give anything to be at the Cresskill pool right now, playing knock hockey, eating an Elio's pizza with one hand, and reading Sweet Valley High. I don't know how I'd be playing knock hockey, reading the Sweet Valley High, and eating the pizza. Also, after having swam for like like 4 hours straight. Like, is there anything better?
What is knock hockey?
What is knock hockey?
What is knock hockey?
What is
this is not
knock
hockey? What is that?
Knock hockey is this ginormous board, like bigger than the children. When you carried it, it was like the size of a table, right?
Okay.
To a child, so like the size of half the table to an adult, right?
Okay.
And you carry it down, and it's like a giant board, and you use a checker as the puck, and you have these two little plastic knockers, and you go 1 hockey, 2 hockey, 3 hockey, shoot, and then it's kind of like air
knockers,
hockey,
like
pucks.
Like puck. Okay.
Like pucks, like little plastic pucks. One's red, one's blue.
Okay.
And you knock it around, kind of like air hockey, but without the air.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And even like at the bottom, like the special knock hockey, like right by the goal, there's this little square wooden flicker where you could take the checker and flick it like across. That's how you started. Yeah, you could like back in. You game on, and then you flick it back in, right?
And they have this at the pool?
At the pool, yeah. You could rent the knock hockey.
How did you rent it? You just were like, here's my sock, and I'll come back and get it?
I think I might have had to pay for it. I think you must have had to pay for it the same way you had to pay for pizza. They didn't just give this stuff away. Yeah. But
I feel like that's what a money-making racket that was.
I know. And it wasn't always available.
Yeah, of course.
You would have to come in, check the rec room, see what was available.
Did they have more than just knock hockey?
I feel like that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
This was before pool noodles also.
Right.
So like I imagine
we didn't really have any pool toys. It was like somebody threw a quarter at the bottom and we
And you had your tea party and went down.
That's right.
Goggles that you would bring yourself. Yeah. But knock Not cocky.
Not cocky.
Not
I'm going to
cocky.
look that up.
Not
It
cocky.
sounds fun.
I wonder if it's a Jersey thing.
I wonder. I've never played it
Not
in Indiana.
hockey. One,
Not
hockey, two, hockey, three, hockey, shoot. If anyone's listening to this from New Jersey, can you please correct me if I'm wrong about the knock hockey? 1, 2, 3. But that's how I remember it, at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that they have it at the pool. That's really fun. We went to a YMCA. They didn't have anything, but they did have a snack bar, which was awesome.
Yes. Those, man, I really could go for a slice of English muffin with some ketchup and American cheese right now. Okay. We're,
American cheese too. It's not even like cheddar or anything like that.
We're going to move forward because we're almost out of time here.
Okay.
We're going to do the potluck now. And this is where we usually share a discovery that we've been excited about lately. But Christy, I'm going to flip the switch on mine this week. Okay. And tell you because anyone who follows me anywhere knows that I don't shut up about things that I like and that I want to buy. And so what I want to use the podcast as for myself, at least this month, or at least this season. We'll see how I feel in future seasons. But I'm going to use it to share something I don't think is worth it.
Oh,
something I'm going to de-influence you. Something I think is overrated. Because I'm not going to do that publicly, but I will do it on the podcast. I will do it on the podcast for the people who take the time to listen. Right?
They're listening all the way through. I'm not going to
let SEO just like swoop on in and have them like know from a little Google search that I'm not into it. I'm not even going to say the name of the company. I'm going to use code. Okay. But you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Later, I'm going to text you and
you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Okay. Go.
There is a brand of jeans.
Okay.
Sounds like Hag and Moan. Right? Very expensive sweatpant jeans. So viral that they have made several iterations of it. Okay. Now I want to point out that when these jeans first hit the market years ago, of course I knew about it. I'm hip to this shit, like I was on top of it right away. Right.
Yeah.
So I got a pair. Okay. This was years ago. I got a pair. I put them on my body and I was like, what is this bullshit? What is this bullshit? They're literally sweatpants that are painted to look like denim, right?
Hey, I don't like that already.
They have painted on little buttons. They have painted on pockets that when you look in the mirror, your head is playing a game with you. So you want to put that hand in that pocket, right? But you can't because it's sweatpants.
Does it look real? Do they look real?
It looks real. There's even fucking little whiskers where you would be sitting, right?
Right.
I looked at this thing. This is hundreds of dollars. Okay. I'm at Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay.
Yeah.
The store.
You're ready to spend some money.
Right? I'm ready to spend some money. I put these on my body and I'm like, oh no. No. This is like one of those things that's like dumb and will never continue because this is so dumb. Fast forward all these years later, not only has everyone and their mother bought these jeans and raved about them and said, worth it, right? They've made several iterations of them with like a track jean, with with a line down, like different bottoms. They make them for men, right? They make them for men. So Hag and Moan has a sale, right? And I am like, well, now's the time. I'm sure they've perfected it. I'm sure all these people couldn't be wrong, right?
But you had already tried them on and said
I'd already tried them on, but I thought to myself,
they're going to get better.
Maybe they've changed it. Maybe they got better.
Okay.
And maybe I was the silly one. Maybe I was the silly one.
You doubted yourself.
I doubted myself. So I bought them. Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Not only I bought them for me, and I bought a pair for Abe.
No.
Yes, because I was like,
they're on sale.
They're on sale for, like $50 off. so many cookies. So many cookies.
So
I could have
many
like years
cookies.
worth of cookies. That I could have like I was just like, let's see. So I get mine. I put mine on, and immediately I have the same exact identical reaction, except these are joggers, right?
Okay.
So they feel even more like sweatpants because they got the like cinched bottom. I'm looking
like
at
heavy
myself.
sweatpants or like light sweatpants?
Light sweatpants.
Okay.
So I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, these are comfortable. These look great. But then I look down at my thighs and I'm like, I can't play this charade.
Right.
Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I feel like I'm wearing an art student's senior thesis. It's an impressive feat. Like you look down and you're like, wow.
Somebody worked hard on this.
Someone really worked hard on this. But I'm also like, I have all these feelings like then I just wear sweatpants, right? Or like, why don't I just wear soft jeans? Like, I don't want my jeans to feel like this. Like, it didn't make sense to me, right?
Right.
Abe puts on his. Now, to Abe's jeans credit, not his credit. To Abe's jeans credit, they have an actual button. It's not like a painted on button, which helps immensely.
I think that helps a lot.
Those little grommets?
Yeah.
Those were painted on. He was like, I can't do this. I can't have a fake metal grommet. He was like, they were so, it was like they were so close. They were so close to nailing it.
They went all in on certain aspects.
I feel like his even had a pocket, which was okay too.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they were so close to nailing it, but they didn't because they had to paint on that stupid grommet. Right? And I was like, I'm going to the Hag & Moan store to return these right now. I return mine. What do you think? And Abe was like, return mine too. And so I went. And when I went into that store and returned
got those cookies back.
She acted so shocked.
Really?
Like I was the first person in years to have ever dared return this thing. Right? I don't understand. This was hundreds of dollars, Christy, on sale, hundreds of. I'm like, do you know how many really cute sweatpants and really cute actual pairs of denim there are for hundreds of dollars? Like,
oh my gosh,
Old Navy and Gap are killing it right now.
Gap had amazing. Like I have two different ones that I love so much. I literally don't want to ever be out of them. It's too hot for them right now, and I'm annoyed.
I'm annoyed. I'm still annoyed. So So I got myself my Gap pants.
You did.
And I got myself my you know what? Here's the question.
Yeah.
Had it not been hundreds of dollars, had it been Gap prices, like $40, $50, I think I would have been like, this is pretty cool.
Really?
But it wasn't. Yeah, I think I would have. I think I would have been like, what a feat. What a
But every time you look down, you would have seen
technology.
Metal
but you know what? I would have been okay because it was $40.
Right.
And it would only be for me to see. Let's face it, I don't go out. So like most of the time it's me dealing with myself, looking at myself. I don't think I couldn't live with myself, Christy. I could not live with myself.
So do you think that the people who are buying these have the kind of money where hundreds of dollars is like $40 to them? And they're like, whatevs.
Maybe. And maybe they're also the type of people who are like, what the fuck, girl? Why would you eat English muffins with ketchup?
Well, I'm like that. And I'm not about to go and buy those pants. But with American cheese.
Like whose taste I don't trust is that one. But I don't understand. Like, so fool me twice, right?
Yeah.
What if Hag & Moan wants to send me a pair? Wants to send us a pair? What do we do? What do we do? Do we take I mean, here's the thing.
I have to try them on and see, but I'm going to be too annoyed.
I think I'd fucking take them. I'd take them, and I would not. I would need to like spend a good 7-8 months and see how often I actually reached for it. Because that's the thing. They weren't even that they weren't like my most comfortable things.
Well, yeah, because they're painted.
Well, no, they were soft. It really was a It really was a technological wonder. I must say, I did feel like I was wearing the future. Maybe that's what it is. People are like, I'm wearing the future.
I think it's a social experiment. I think somebody created it for their thesis, and then someone was like, I think we could make some money with that. And they're like, no, nobody will ever wear these. There's painted on grommets. And they're like, I bet we could do it. Let's charge a lot of money. If we only charge $40, not many people are going to buy them. If we charge
wear them to the
100,
airports. That's what they do.
No.
They're like, I need to be put together.
No.
Maybe it is a social experiment, but you know what? I feel like also the people who are buying them, and you can tell me about this, I want you to stare at the crotch of every mom you see from here on out, because there are so many people who are like, I just use them for drop off. So like,
really?
I don't even, yeah. So that I can look put together, but I can feel like I'm still wearing sweatpants.
Okay.
I want you to be looking. I want you to be looking at those crotches.
I have not noticed
and those
any
grommets.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the grommets.
See if anybody doesn't use their pockets.
Okay, sounds good. I know I have to do mine, but I just noticed you drinking out of that straw.
Yeah. This is also, I guess this would be a potluck, and also a de-influencing as well.
Oh, so really?
You and I talked about this.
Yes,
this is so I'm going to show the camera, and maybe we'll post this on social so people can see. Okay. This is my Stanley, and this is the official Stanley straw
spreader.
It's supposed to be designed so that like you're not pursing your lips and having lip wrinkles, right?
Which I have.
So that you're not like sucking, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Works great. I'm gonna demonstrate.
Okay. You look like you're gonna play a musical instrument.
Yeah, I look like I'm about to eat my Stanley.
Right.
Drinking works great. Here's the thing. Number one, hate silicone. I hate silicone tools. I hate my silicone spatula. I hate it. No matter what, it stains. It gets sticky. I have to wash it constantly. I have to boil it. In order to like get that stickiness off. I hate that. I don't think that should be okay with a tool you use this often. You shouldn't have to boil your fucking tools, right?
Right.
That's number one. Number two, it doesn't fit on every straw. It only fits on wide Stanley type straws, right? I don't love that. Love that. It does fit on my glass straw that I do use. So I drink my electrolytes out of it, but I don't love that. Here's what I really, really, really don't like about it. I find myself sometimes like you have to think about it to drink like this.
Yeah. Absolutely. You have to like hit yourself in the mouth once.
It's like playing the flute, right?
Exactly.
It's like being like, I need to consciously be like assume the mouth position and drink, right?
Right.
I'm thinking, right? Half the time I'm not doing that. I'm still pursing lips. I'm still pursing lips. So now I gotta clean this fucking boiled ass silicone thing that I'm still getting lip wrinkles from. So not worth it in my opinion.
I was going to get one, so I'm glad you said that.
Unless you got the, here's the good thing. They were so cheap because they were on Amazon Prime Day sale that like there were two of them for like $7. So really like, again, not pissed because
right.
It was, had they been 20, I would be having a strong word with the Hanley company. This would not be about those jeans. It would be about the Hanley company and their silicone toppers. But in general, these kinds of straws that are designed for the lip doll, whatever shit, they're all silicone.
They are.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I guess because
they
have
soft.
To have the suction. Exactly. It's for the suction and everything.
Yeah. They don't make like a wide glass one just yet.
I think you should start a company called Hanley and just make that and see what happens. Just correct all those problems.
So I just did 2 in a row. How can you top this, Christy? I guess I gave 2 negatives and you'll give 1 positive.
Well, I do want to do for mine. I just want to do an update because I've been using that pros that they sent. Okay. Yeah, and now
your hair does look really sexy and really beautiful.
Thank you. I want to point out, full disclosure, there's a lot of things that I have not been using. I have not been using the scalp oil. I haven't been using the hair oil. They're fine. The hair oil, I just don't love hair oil. Like that's not kind of my thing. The scalp oil, I forget about, honestly. And then,
Yeah,
but
but
I
you don't
would
use
like
the
to use it more.
scalp oil. The scalp oil is
I
my
know.
favorite.
I know. See, and that's the thing. Like you said, it's good. So I need to double down. I do use the shampoo, the conditioner. I use the hair mask, particularly since your trick of spraying it instead of having to wet my whole hair. And I use their leave-in conditioner, like I talked about. But this last month, I was using Nutrafol hair
Yeah.
supplements,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm going to use the ones they sent instead. So here's the thing. I was using them for like a month, and then I went on vacation to Greece. And then and I switched back to Nutrafol because I only had a few of my Nutrafol left. I wanted to finish it out, and they're easier to travel with because they're in a little pouch thing. So I will say Nutrafol was great in terms of if you want your hair to grow longer. Like I didn't have as much, like it grew longer, but I still had a
these are
lot.
shampoo products?
No, these are the supplements that they
Just
send.
the supplements. Okay.
Just
Okay.
the supplements.
Okay, got it.
The shampoo and the conditioner, like I said last time, I really like. I feel like the texture of my hair is better. I feel like I'm trying to get used to less hair because my hair has been, thinning. And
Right.
so the texture of my hair is better. I don't feel like it's like frizzy and weird looking. And I don't like to do a lot with my hair. I just like to let it air dry. So it air dries nicely, particularly if I put the leave-in conditioner on it.
Try the oil. FYI, try the oil.
The scalp oil.
Try the hair oil when you air dry.
Really?
I know it feels counterintuitive. Try it.
It does.
Try it.
Okay. All right. I will try it. But just speaking about the supplements, here's what I noticed the difference. With Nutrafol, I noticed my hair grew long, but I still shed a lot. And
how long did that take?
I feel like I saw a difference after a couple of months. I feel like my hair grew very quickly, and my hair already grows quickly as it is. So it may be a little bit longer for somebody else, but definitely by 3 months, I was like, oh, my hair is like longer. And it did feel strong, but I was still shedding just as much in the shower, so it wasn't
shedding
really
too from
helping.
my minoxidil. I think that's a thing that happens with hair growth. You gotta shed before they regrow. It's part of the cycle.
It never really I did Nutrafol for and I don't dislike it. There's nothing, my hair grew long, but I did it for 6-7 months, and I feel like the shedding never got better. I do feel like I haven't been on, my hair's already long now, so it's hard to tell with the Pro supplements if it's helping the length, but I didn't even notice this until I went to Greece and switched back to the Nutrafol. I haven't had as much shedding when I'm on Pros.
So for their supplements.
So they have 2 supplements. They have one called Super Growth, and then they have one that's for your scalp health, right? So you just take one of each a day. And I was taking that for a month before, and then I switched back when I went to Greece and was using the Nutrafol. I feel like my hair was shedding more, and I came back and went back on the Pros. And just today, I noticed when I was in the shower, not that much, still some, but not as much. So I don't know. I haven't done a deep dive to understand why that might be, but I feel like there's different hair supplements that help with different things. And I kind of wish in retrospect that I had done these supplements when I first started shedding all the time.
Right.
And I wonder if it would have stopped some of the shed, which was really my problem. My problem was not that I couldn't grow it long. My problem was that so much, my hair is thinned. So I still have a lot of hair, but my hair is thinned so much that I wish I had had something like this during that phase. Maybe I wouldn't have lost as much of my hair.
Got it.
I don't know. So I guess it depends on what you're looking for. But for me, it seems like a better option. So I don't know. That's my
interesting.
And they sent me some more of the supplements, so I'm going to stay on them for another month and see if that continues.
Okay, great. I would love to hear your reaction. I have heard really good things about both of like these supplement companies when it comes to hair supplements. However, for myself, the reason I don't do it is because minoxidil is so cheap.
I know. That's
It
the
is
thing.
such a cheap little prescription. And if I'm going to be on this for the rest of my life, I want it to be cheap. I want to make sure anyone can prescribe it. Like I really don't hope that Nutrafol or Prose goes out of business. However, like tech, you never know. So I don't want to like depend on something and have it go away and me being like, I need this.
This I need. Do you have to be on minoxidil forever?
Yes. So that is the thing with hair regrowth is that it's a forever thing. You have to do it forever. So that's why I did the oral version, because not only because of the pets, because the topical one is poisonous to pets. Yeah. Everyone should know this. But also because I just didn't think I could be putting it in my hair every single day, all the time. Pills, I take 1,000 pills every single day anyway. So like I knew I could do this for the rest of my life. Yeah. Plus it's like so simple, but I will say the hair growth everywhere has been a little annoying, but it's okay. It's a little,
has it been growing like everywhere? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm definitely like, I do, what's it called? What is it called? Epilator. Right. I epilate. I have an epilating machine for my face and for my body, and it hurts a lot more than it used to. More often, like every few days, I'm just like, let's just see what's on the upper. And ow, like there's always something there. Always, really, always something. And I know that I'm growing hair because even my hair colorist was like, "Oh, you have a lot of baby hairs coming in," and I was like, "Yay!"
Were you like, "Yay!"
Yeah, I was like, "This is great," but also, definitely the shedding is also still happening, but not as much.
How long have you been doing it?
This has been about 2 months. I really took my time on it,
getting up to the dose.
Yeah, getting up to the full dose because I did not want to have heart palpitations or any other side effects that I knew could be kind of common, and I've had those with other drugs. So I really wanted to make sure. So I took my sweet ass time where I was taking like a quarter of the dose for like a good 3 weeks before I went up to half, before I went up to 3/4, before I went up to the full. Right. So I really went slowly. But now I've been on the full for like maybe a month.
Wow.
And yeah, the baby hairs and definitely hurting everywhere when I use the epilator. Everything hurts.
That's like a positive and a negative. Like you've given us like a positive and a negative here.
And at some point, I'm not going to give a shit about the underarms and the legs. And anywhere else, I'll just probably only do the upper lip and maybe around like the forehead brow area. Like I don't want to grow hair. I don't want my eyebrows to look like
they're all
just hair. But but other than that, I feel like that's something I think I can keep up. Yeah, in my elderly age. But we're not there yet.
Not yet.
I'm happy with all of it right now. So
it's gonna be a long time.
So Christy, both you and I have a lot of stuff going on, as we've already talked about. And I do want to highlight that we have places for people to visit. So I will say that when we see people in the fall for the next one, at that point, not only obviously you can find us always at gxtaste.substack.com in the podcast section, but at that point, Christy, you will also be on Substack, correct?
Yes. It'll be,
and setting it up, but we'll have, I said, you're still setting it up. So I can't be like, it's at this, but you will be, and I will make sure to link to you not only in this episode, but in all of our past episodes that are on Substack. We'll have Christy's, Christy will be like an author on all of those, so you can easily find her. Because tell us what you're doing. Tell us what you're doing on Substack.
So I'm just setting it up now, but I'm excited about it as another way to kind of like just chit chat about health and kind of share some of the things that I'm reading and looking at, and also I feel like some of the science behind things that are coming out, particularly for women our age in this kind of perimenopause, menopause bracket, but also just busy and like wanting to attend to our health, but wanting it to be in a super easy, manageable, I can apply this right now kind of way. So
Yeah.
those are the things I'm really focusing on. And also just like, what does this science mean? Like, what is that? Why do I care? Right. So this stuff that's coming out about like, metabolic health, and the stuff that's coming out about insulin resistance, and like, all of these things that we kind of know, we hear snippets, like why should I care about that? And how do I do it in a super easy way? Those are the things that I want to talk about. And in terms of the perimenopause and menopause, this is such an exciting time. It's not necessarily doesn't feel exciting when you're going through it, but in terms of if you have to go through it, which we all do, this time is a great time to do it because there's so much coming out about it in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So I really wanted a place to be able to apply some of the knowledge that I have, accumulated over the last 20 years, but also combine it with the fact that I've never done this before either. So,
Right. You're
this is
guinea
really,
pigging it.
I'm guinea pigging it. So I'm going to let you know kind of what I'm trying and what's working and little accounts of that. So, and what's not working and what I don't care about that, I'm told I should care about kind of thing.
This is so exciting. This is so exciting because I know that our audience wants to hear more from you and like know what's going on with you. So now they have a way to be more involved in everything you're up to. So I'm really, really excited. So we'll make sure all of that information is everywhere. In the meantime, please leave us a nice rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you're not going to leave a nice rating, don't leave one at all. You can follow us over on social media. I'm at Ms. Lynn Chen and Gen X Taste. Christy is at Christy Myers LA. How to Chow, and also newly on Substack. I have links to everything in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. I know that this was a long one, but we love having you here with us. So if you've listened all the way to the end or watched all the way to the end, leave us a comment or something so we know that you're a real one. You're a real friend.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
See you
you.
in the fall.
Okay. Bye.